Hey guys, Bolt here with SB Studios. This is take 2. Oh, here we go. Oh, and actually there's another thing I needed. That thing I need for work. Take 2. So yeah, I was playing Dokkan and it needed my attention, so I had to stop the first take. Anyways, take 2. This is for the summary of the Miraculous Awakening movie. So to explain why I feel and look the way I do is because I'm dealing with a lot of burnout. And for some reason, it's lasted like a good month. So yeah, this is my first SB Studios video in a month. I've been barely able to touch Bolt Entertainment stuff. Like, of course, Dokkan I've been doing a lot with, but that doesn't help my actual content. But else than some possible JP stuff from Worldwide, I don't think I did anything else since like last week's content. This is the first, this week is the very first week of me actually doing content that is new to me, and it's it's August 27th right now, and it's been a month or two since I've actually had to do any videos for SB Studios, and I need to stop and get back into the thing because I was wanting to be 3 months ahead of schedule because I wanted to be able to celebrate my birthday, celebrate this, do that without any problems. And sadly, I'm getting backed up again. So if I don't get back on stuff, I will regret it later. So anyways, here we are. So basically, Miraculous Awakening is not a story complete change. It's more of a concept change, which is actually for the better and actually quickens what we see in the show. So it took us 5 seasons to get a very okay, stable relationship with Marinette and Adrian, which was the whole thing that a lot of people got mad at. In the Miraculous Awakening movie, did it way better. So in the show, everyone hates on Marinette because she's a Mary Sue, and she also is very creepy. She stalks Adrian, and then she knows every aspect of his life, knows this, knows that, stuff that no normal person with a crush is just gonna go out and find out. Like knowing their favorite color or some interest they have, that's understandable. But to understand every minute of this person's schedule, whoa. We might need to call a CIA agent on you. But anyways, I think for this kind of situation with the Awakening movie, Miraculous Awakening did so much better. Marinette was more of her personality that you see little bits and pieces through the show is actually here's how she is as a person actually, and she actually doesn't really straight up fall for Adrian. She actually has undergoing feelings that actually develop, and then eventually she does have emotion. She actually, I think she goes for it a few times, and we don't have Sunshine Child Adrian in this movie. And then when it comes to Chat Noir, he has feelings for Ladybug that do develop because their relationship in the way they are, and he is only shown, I think, once actually going for his feelings, and he doesn't keep doing what the show Chat Noir does and keep constantly going for breaking the boundaries of someone else. It's like, hey, she said no, you can be a friend and try to help her with these emotions rather than trying to I'm trying to say this more word friendly. It's more of a thing to be by her side rather than make it to where you're being a nuisance for her. And now it's kind of am I going to have to be constantly targeted by your infatuation with me, or are you actually going to be my friend and my partner today? So it's a day thing that Ladybug was like, am I going to get a break from you confessing your feelings, or are we going to keep doing this? And then and then Hawkmoth, I think it's got he doesn't make so many god dang mistakes like in the show. He actually has a little bit more of a like narrative look at things. I don't know how you really can explain it that way, but he also goes into multiple Akumas. He makes different Akumas. He doesn't have to Akumatize the same person over and over again. Because, hey, if this person doesn't work and these people already know about where the Akuma is going to be, why would you keep Akumatizing that one character? But yeah, there's more Akumas. There's different powers. The context of how the powers work for the Ladybug and Chat Noir Miraculous are different. I think the Cataclysm is slightly different by, like, I think something bad just happens to make whatever that Chat Noir touches in the show, he touches something and it just, what would go worse for this object to break, basically. That's corrosion, disintegration. He just, it's a different way. Where I think the Cataclysm in the movie is just like, it's kind of just like a crumbling effect from what I've seen. Where Ladybug, she's got two abilities in the show, where is the Lucky Charm, where, hey, there's a object that'll help you in this situation, and then there's the Miraculous Ladybug, which repairs stuff. My eye, I'm sorry. What was I talking about? I'm sorry, I just like went. Oh yeah, her Miraculous Ladybug isn't shown until the very end. So she doesn't really repair anything through the rest of the movie except for the very end, where, guess what? It took them 5 seasons for Hawkmoth to win and get the Miraculous for himself to make a dumb freaking wish where he becomes a hero, and basically he rewrites a history where he's going to be a hero losing his life to Hawkmoth, where we don't know if Emily is coming back or it's just like, hey, everyone forgets. I don't know what it was. We don't know until season 6, I believe, what's all happening there. So it's a weird one for me to explain. But in the movie, the very end of this first movie, there's supposed to be a trilogy everyone's talking about. We all know there's a second movie for sure. So it took them a single movie, which is normally like half a season in time, to basically say, oh yeah, by the way, there's this huge fight where Hawkmoth does kind of like a Scarlet Moth thing where he powers himself up, akumatizes himself to get himself stronger and try to actually do it. And he successfully takes the Ladybug stuff, but when he starts realizing that Adrian is Chat Noir, he says, oh, I'm not gonna go and do any more stuff because that's my son, and I've been damaging and hurting my son. And normally there was a little bit of an argument where like Hawkmoth was like, I'm doing this for our family, and then Adrian comes up and actually be's a normal human being and says, if you want to be there, you should be my dad, not this person that's trying to do something that isn't even a normal thing in human society. We just realized the power of these Miraculous. How about we do our natural thing and get over our loss and do it naturally? And I think it is I believe we're supposed to be getting. I think Hawkmoth was either arrested or some. Gabriel was arrested, but the Butterfly Miraculous has been apprehended. But at the very end of the movie, I think it's the credits, the end credit scene, or the end of the movie, they realize that Natalie is still working for the Hawkmoth side of things, and she reveals that the Peacock Miraculous is still a thing, and it's believed that she'll become Mayura in the second movie, and we'll be introduced to Ukumas and how they work, and we also get shown that during the most of the movie, we think that Gabriel just normally buried her. But in the very end of the movie, we reveal that she is still in the glass case as like some kind of like Snow White kind of representation. So it's possible that it looks like Gabriel reached out to her and said, "It's not over. I know that I failed, but we gotta avoid trying to do it in this way. We need to get the Miraculous to be able to get our what we need to get Emily back." And then so powers are different. How people's personalities, the personalities that are structured and you can kind of see in the show, are actually used in the movie. A little sad thing is that it looks like we don't go over the Nino and Adrian relationship getting developed. It's just like, hey, they're friends. Alia and Marinette, they kind of just first day they get thrown in together and then they just come out to be friends. And we don't really develop. We don't see their relationship in the first movie as strongly as we see in the series, like the best friends of the square. So it's a little weird to see them kind of be put on the back burner. And then we see like half the class not even have lines. We see they tease a lot of Luca. They show Luca a lot, but he doesn't have a single line from what I remember. And it's just like a lot of these people that in the show get a Miraculous, it looks like in the movie that the only people that have a Miraculous that are going to be Nino, Alia, and then I believe the B Miraculous is still a thing, and we might still get a Chloe Miraculous holder, which, not gonna lie, might be like our third, because we don't even have a Lila yet in this, so she might be in the second movie, and then her and Chloe might be our final bosses in the third movie. But it's weird. So it looks like the only Miraculous we have is like the top two, which are the Ladybug and Black Cat, and then around it we only see the Peacock, Butterfly, Fox Turtle, and Bee. We don't have the extra like third row that has all these like. Why do we not have these powers being used? I mean, I know they're only like for certain occasions, but they're still busted. Like a punch that's like super powerful. There's a anti-power suit in there. There is a small team in there. There's one that gives the user any kind of power that isn't a concept. It's weird that they took it out, but it means that, hey, we're probably not gonna have time to explore the other row of Miraculous, so we're just gonna do the ones that we see in the first two seasons. And then, so there's the Miraculous. We don't see Fu interact with any of them until the very end. Like, hey, when Hawkmoth is dealt with, I will come and see you. I think he does show himself to them a little bit, but he doesn't reveal that he is the master of the Miraculous until Hawkmoth has been apprehended and the Butterfly Miraculous is in tow. So, guess what? In the movie, they dumbly didn't have to get rid of Master Fu's memory like in Season 3. Anyways, so it's basically, there's a lot of better decisions in the movies, but yet you don't get to sit on the notes that some people care about. Like, Luca and the class aren't really explored You don't get to see the building relationships of the best friends. A thing that I believe one of the reactors that I watched that was pretty good about explaining was the fact that we only see a few back and forth between Gabriel and Adrian. In one of the middle parts of the movie is like Gabriel starts recognizing that Adrian's routine's starting to change and it's getting him out of his orbit, and he wants to kind of say, hey, what's going on? But Adrian just like, get your hands off me, man. You haven't been a father figure ever since mom died. You're not my dad. And it's like, oh, okay. Where's the steps that lead to that? It would have been nice for them to explain the increasing distance between the two. Because it looks like there was somewhat of a, like, they were dealing with the hurt, but they were still there. But while Gabriel got himself in work in Hawkmoth business, Adrian started not trying to, like, he had school friends and his Cat Noir life to deal with, so him constantly trying to grab his father out of that ditch, he eventually would start moving away from the idea and do his own thing, and we didn't get to see any build up, or, you know, we didn't see the distance start to go. But, you know, it's not a horrible thing. We've still got a lot of the things that people complained about in the series. They didn't mess around and wait for movie 2. And the biggest thing was the relationship for Marinette and Adrian did end up happening by the end of the movie. So it didn't take us 5 freaking seasons or 2-3 movies to finally get that relationship. And so basically it's just like, hey, smaller Miraculous, different power set. We don't get to get any of the background characters explored. We don't get to see the relationships built or distances. And then we get a build-up for Mayora and the revival of Emily. And then we also have the chance that Gabriel might try to push Marinette away from Adrian. That's maybe a movie 2 thing we have yet to deal with. We still have to deal with maybe a possibility of Lila. We have the possibility of, like, Chloe. I'm hoping they actually do the redemption arc for her, because she was doing so well until season 3. Like, she started noticing that how harmful she is to other people, how her mother might be the thing that started the way she is, but she doesn't have to let that define her. And then season 3 is like, hey, you know, you may have, you know, Ladybug gave her chances, even though her identity was out there. She was trying to have her show that she was willing to be a better person by being a superhero to the public. Like, hey, I can't constantly give you it because Hawkmoth now knows my routine, but I'll give it to you when there's an absolute need for you. Or like, hey, this is an opportunity for you to be a better person and show off to other people. But we might not get that if Ostruct, I think it is, if he's a part of the movie's development, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be horrendous. I'm hoping that Zag, I think it's Jeremy Zag, I hope he kind of keeps his ideas for the Miraculous as the only main idea here. Like, Ostruct can be a small idea and kind of show where he did right in the series, but the thing is, his ideas get so many people frustrated, and he needs to stay out of the movies, because last time he commented and went against the community, there was such a massive backlash that it's just, we don't need that. Okay? Stop where you're at and just keep with your dumb freaking series that I barely care about anymore. I'm not gonna lie, I think I might drop the Miraculous videos after season 6, after we see how that is, because season 5, there was bombs, like they were saying, like there was cannon bombs, but they were so misplaced, it was so out of order, and it was so much bullcrap. I seen the concept art of the animations before I seen any of the actual episodes, and it ruined when I actually got to him. And it's just, no. I don't know if I'm going to care about Miraculous after Season 6. I'll care about the movies for right now, because it's looking like it's doing good, but that's it. So anyways, that's it. Basically, it wasn't like a run through the story. It's just like, hey, new Akumas, new power sets, new this. The only thing that I forgot to mention is that Ladybug and Chat Noir aren't just a great team. If the Cat and Ladybug Miraculous are together, they actually empower each other, and it's like the bond of like a partnership actually makes their Miraculous a lot stronger, and it's like there's a glow of aura around them when they're together, touching or like in proximity of each other. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.